Welcome, everyone. You're tuned into a pretty unique deep dive today. It's Friday, September 12th, 2025, and we are diving into the biggest AI news stories hitting the headlines.
And the really interesting part, this whole deep dive, the research, the structure, it's actually put together by AI. It's called AI Daily Deep Dive.
Exactly. So AI is not just the topic, it's also our research assistant today.
It's kind of meta, isn't it? But yeah, AI's reach is incredible now. Media, language, memory. It's touching everything.
So our job today is to break down the key stuff from 5 important articles, give you the core insights nice and quick.
Get you up to speed, fast. Let's jump in.
Okay, first up, Nick Hilton's piece, Slop Till We Drop. AI short-termism will kill the media.
He sounds very alarmed about something he calls AI slop.
He really does. He uses this example, Inception Point AI. Apparently, they're churning out like 3,000 podcast episodes every week.
3,000 a week. How?
Well, the model seems to be feed it a prompt, get an episode back for less than $1, and maybe potentially earn $20 from it. Wow. Okay, so the economics make sense in the short term, I guess.
Exactly. Short term. But Hilton's warning is that this is totally unsustainable. He argues it just tanks the value of content, makes it disposable.
And it threatens, real journalism, right? He even compares it to
sweatshop labor. Yeah. It's a really strong analogy, like fast fashion for media content.
That's intense. So for you listening, what does this really mean for the podcasts, the articles, the stuff you consume every day? Is it all going to become slop?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The potential for more voices is there, sure, but is it just adding noise? Will we lose the quality and the quantity?
Okay, let's shift gears from maybe too much new content to AI recreating the past. This is fascinating. Why are people using AI to relive the pre-internet era?
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Using cutting-edge tech to fake, like, the 80s or 90s.
How does that even work?
Well, people are generating these imagined scenes. Think TikTok's Nostalgia Cat, making up scenarios from the year 2000, or other feeds showing AI-generated images of, like, old Jordock jeans or mixtapes.
Things maybe the users never actually experienced themselves.
Exactly. It's like creating the synthetic memory, maybe to escape how overwhelming digital life is now, or maybe just algorithmic nostalgia for a past that wasn't quite real like that. Blurs the lines.
Blurring lines.
Yeah.
That's a good segue to the next piece. It asks a really personal question. How much do we want AI to remember about us?
This one hits close to home.
Yeah.
It's about how chatbots, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Google Gemini, they're now designed to remember your preferences, things you've talked about before.
Which on the surface sounds useful. Makes it feel more like a real conversation, maybe.
That's the promise, yeah. Personalization, more natural interaction. But, and it's a big but, what about privacy?
Right. What exactly are they remembering?
We don't really know. There's not much transparency. How long do they keep it? Can you delete it? It raises huge ethical questions about consent, especially when you're forming these, synthetic relationships.
It really makes you think about your own digital footprint, doesn't it? How much control do you actually have? Okay, let's pivot to something potentially very positive, a medical application. Emotion recognition AI can reduce physicians' empathy fatigue.
This is some really interesting research from the University of Tsukuba in Japan. They've developed this AI system. It's non-contact, multimodal, meaning it uses things like voice, speech patterns, even physiological signals like heart rate variability, maybe captured by a camera, to read a patient's emotions.
It does this well.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
In simulated consultations, like for cancer treatment, it identified patient emotions more accurately than the physicians did.
Wow. So the idea is to help doctors.
Exactly. To reduce what they call empathy fatigue, that burnout doctors get from constantly dealing with emotionally charged situations. It could also be huge for elderly care, mental health, lots of potential.
That makes sense. Supporting the human, not replacing them. But is there a risk doctors might rely on it too much, maybe lose some of their own intuitive skill?
That's always the concern with AI assistants, isn't it? The researchers frame it as augmentation, like a second pair of eyes and ears to help doctors stay engaged without burning out. It's a tool, not a replacement human.
Got it. Okay, one last story, and this one is subtle, but maybe profound. Is AI changing our language?
Yeah, this is fascinating. Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, apparently noticed that people are starting to sort of talk like AI.
Talk like AI. What does that even mean? Like more formally?
Maybe partly that. Studies are showing that certain words AI tends to favor, words like delve, showcase, leverage. They're popping up more in online posts written by humans.
Huh, so we're picking up its vocabulary.
Seems like it. And it goes beyond just words. The actual sound, the cadence of AI voices might be unconsciously influencing our own speech patterns, too.
So what's the worry here? That we all start sounding the same?
That's part of it. Linguistic homogenization, less diversity in how we express ourselves, maybe even subtle shifts in how we think if our language changes too much.
Wow. If we're all subtly starting to echo the machines, what happens to, like, authentic human expression? The quirks, the nuances?
It's a deep question. And it really pulls together everything we've talked about today, doesn't it? AI isn't just out there, it's getting woven into our media, our memories, our health interactions, even, well, the words we use, often without us fully realizing it.
Absolutely. And here we are, wrapping up a deep dive, researched by AI, talking about AI's growing influence. It really leaves you with a thought, doesn't it?
As this technology keeps advancing, how are we going to tell the difference between what's genuinely human and what's, well, algorithmically shaped? And maybe more importantly, what human values do we consciously decide to protect in this world we're building alongside machines? Something to chew on.